Hello, everyone. Good morning, and welcome everyone to this session. I'm so happy to see many familiar faces. Let me make myself a little bit larger like this one. Yes. Okay. Yes. Hello and good morning, everyone. And just want to know how many of you have attended previous. If this is your very first session, type number 0. If you have attended previous session, please type how many sessions you have attended before. Yeah, please type in the chat. If this is your very first session, type number 0. If you have attended previous 1 session, 2 session, 3 session, you just type the number. Okay, I just want to know, have a quick chat. Wow, many of you attended for the very first time. Okay, good. One person has not responded. Yeah, I just want to give a due recognition for Cassandra. Cassandra been here for a couple of sessions, and usually she is the first person in the Zoom room. Yes, thank you. I think Cassandra is in the room. Maybe she is doing something. Let me search for her. Yes, she is. I believe she is doing something. Today, we are going to learn about how to use Power Query using the framework called Rock. Let's see. Let me know if you're able to see the screen by typing yes. If you're able to see the screen, type yes. Good. So this is me. We are on the session number 8. Okay, group study number 8. The purpose of having this group study is to get us to go through slow and steady. After each demonstration, you have a chance to really practice online. And yeah, so there's a time if you have some question, you can feedback. And for this session, to make it much more smoother, I have disable your to from unmute. If you have anything, you can just ask question. Towards the end, if you have some other things, it's much more easier for you to use your voice. Let me know. I will just turn off that one and everyone is able to unmute. So that is the whole purpose, to disable the unmute. So the agenda for today, maximum 2 hours, what we are going through. The first one is welcome and introduction. And secondly, we are going through the ROC framework. Yes, 4 parts. So today we're going to cover only 1 part, which is C, and we were going through the RSM. Why we want to learn Power Query? This is the reason. And we are going through something called just applying the C in the ROC framework. Later on, I will walk you through. And there has some practice time in between. And towards the end, there will be the closing and some quick updates. Some prerequisites. The first one, you need to use Excel 2019 and above. No Mac, no online Excel, WPS, Google Sheet, and some other spreadsheet. Even though you are using Mac on 365 or you are using online Excel, I just realized online Excel does have Power Query now. The buttons and the behavior will be slightly different. So I will not able to handle your question if you're using Mac or online Excel. If you are able to find the answer yourself, very good. If not, you could just follow along. If a lot of people are using online Excel or Mac, you want to have a special session on how to use them, let me know. If you have more than 100 people request, I'll be able to get one special session for you all. Second one is you need to know how to use Power Query Editor. At least you know how to rename, edit the step, change the data type. These are minimal requirements. Just want to know, how many of you know how to use Power Query? Type number 1. If you totally no idea, type number 0, or somewhere between, just type the decimal. If you know how to use Power Query, type number 1. If you do not know, type number 0. Or somewhere in between, just type decimal. Just want to have a quick gauge. Decimal means 0 point something lah. Not the decimal point. my mistake. My instruction is not clear enough. 0.05, 0.3. Okay, good. Let's see. Not many people know. Some of you have some ideas. So I will have a quick jump start. Actually, if let's say everyone knows how to use Power Query, we will go a bit faster. Some of you yet to learn, so it's okay. We slow down and everyone learn at the same time. And the third one is very important. You want to be here to be focused, focus, and focus. Yes, because if let's say you step away and do some work, come back after half a minute, and you might miss certain steps. So there's a time if you ask me to repeat certain things, I may not able to answer you, because if everyone asks me to repeat the things, they will delay the whole thing. If you miss certain step, just watch the recording at the end. The recording will be available when the server is rendered ready. I will share the link in the group as well. So if you're okay to adhere these three things, please type number 3. If you do not able to adhere, please make your move. This one may not suitable for you. Okay, if you're okay, just type number 3 and continue. If not, you just make your move. It's not suitable for you. Make good use of your time for something much more purposeful. Yeah. My training, you will notice my training is a bit different. I ask people to make their move. I ask people to go, because I want to make sure you really get the result. You are not here for the attendance, just for the showing face. In the actual work, usually the bosses wants is a result. They don't want to have a person just to show face. Yeah, usually the bosses is in that way. Okay, good. I may offend some of you. That's okay, because I want to make sure most of you get the values. So that's my intention. So I want to have a quick intro about me. My full name is Tai Chu Tak, and some people call me Excel Sifu. That was a name given by a music composer. I was a programmer back then. So that means I'm quite comfortable with programming with some automation. And yep, macro VBA, all these things, I'm quite comfortable. So that means whatever thing I'm sharing you is also adopted some software engineering. And I'll move on to SAP ERP as a techno-functional consultant. That's the moment I realized a lot of time the organization, their bosses or management requires reports from multiple sources. And people will just compile the things manually in Excel. So there are ways to make it faster and easier. One of them is using Power Query. Then I move on to project management. That's the time I realized the importance of fast and accurate report. If I say any delay, the management may not able to get the good decisions made. So there are ways to make it faster and easier. In year 2013, that's the time my life changed to a different part. So I was retrenched and I became a trainer until today. Then I get my first book published called Rock of Data. So that's a very proud moment of me. I really just hold the book like my newborn baby. Then move on to the next book is called Excel for HR. Then continue on data-driven sales leadership. And finally, and this year is called Find Your Insights. There will be an ebook copy, and it will not be printed because there's too many details and I do not want to keep stock in the house. Yeah, so this is overall. And what does that mean? I want to share this with you. Whatever I share with you comes with practical mistakes I made. There are ways to overcome those common struggles. The techniques I show with you is not technically perfect. Even though I was a programmer, I know what does it mean by technically perfect. So that means you need to follow certain standards, certain guidelines to make it very optimized. I know the balance between to get the job done and to be technically optimized. So I know there's a sweet spot between them. And often many of us are not technical person. So we just want to get the job done. So the technique I share with you is just get the job done. Okay, so that's the things. If you want to be technical perfect, let me know. I will share you 1 or 2 tips. So the books I have written so far, so it's part of the series of 5 books. So the end purpose is to make data helpful in decisions making. So the first book is about just enough spreadsheet data organization. The second book is about just enough data analysis. And third book is just enough data visualization. The fourth book is just enough data storytelling. And finally is just enough decisions making. So you will notice my term I use is called just enough. It's not technically perfect. It's not it's strike a balance between technically perfect and usefulness. So that's purpose of I use the word just enough. That's a quick intro about me and the work I have done previously. So now we are going to start. Are you ready? If you are ready, please type ready in the chat. Ching, ching, ching. Yes, BL ready. Who's this person? Nurizwa, Charling, Amina, Diana. Was okay, ready. Good. Thank you. And we are going to use the chat a lot to interact. And when you are interact, you are participating, you remember even better. So within 2 hours, you want to gain maximum learning here. Okay, finally can see the chat box. Okay, good. So now I want to go through the rock framework. Some of you have gone through before, some of you yet to go through. So for those of you who have gone through, it's a good refresher. Some of you yet to go through, so now I just walk you through. Whenever we are learning something new, it's unavoidable. We will make mistakes. Yes, we will make mistakes. So therefore, in this learning, my invitation to you is to make all possible mistakes here so that when you go out, you will not have chance to make the same mistakes again because you have learned it. It becomes your immune system. If you're okay to allow you to make mistakes, please type okay in the chat. Yeah. Because some people, they are not okay to make mistakes. One, they have high expectation on themselves. So now I temporarily ask you to lose down a little bit to make mistakes. Okay, to make mistakes. Okay, thank you for agreement. So the first mistake I want to invite you all to make is this one. To guess what is this. If you know the answer, type the wrong one. If you do not know the answer, tembak, just guess. What is this? Type in the chat. What is this? It's number 2. Okay. No right, no wrong. What is this? Arang. Charcoal. It's called stone. It's called testing. Interesting. Darkness. Wow. Okay, good. No right, no wrong. Because this one is a little bit, it has not much details. Black and white. It's oil. Oh, okay, good. Image on Excel. I like all your answer. Very creative. Tell me, is this object it has a smooth surface or rough surface? Let me know. Is it a smooth or rough surface? Yes, it's rough surface. How do you know? Look at the edge lah. Yeah, look at the edge. Yes, rough surface. Oh, okay, good. So this is something we can guess, and you can see everyone give us a different answer. And this one allows us to get quick guesses, and it may not able to get us a correct one. So let's go to the next part. So this first level, so we go to the next part. I want to know the surface. I switch on the light. This is the object. Okay. Look at the surface. It has a rock retrieved during Apollo 15 mission. It's big, small holes, and the surface is not even, and it doesn't grow in dark. It's just like a normal rock. Oh, I have more details here. So I want to know more about this object. I will need to take a sample and walk into the labs and place it under microscope and to take this colorful photo. Yes, that's from that rock. Not exact rock lah. It's similar sample. So that means one object, we could have 3 different levels of observations. So we can have a silhouette, an outline, something you have a crazy ideas and it may not be accurate. And secondly, we can check on the surface. We know more a little bit about this object. And I want to know more. I will need to take a microscopic view on this particular object. So that brings us to the framework of ROCK, R-O-C-K. So R stands for rectangle. It's just like checking on the silhouette, the outline of an object. On our spreadsheet, we want to make sure it has no blank rows, no blank columns, and it grows vertically, and it has no merging. Or is we want to check on the surface. We want to make sure it doesn't have one cell, one data, one record, one row, and one header. It has slightly more details compared to previous one. If I want to know more about this object, I will need to be on the microscopic view because we want to be careful as our data may have traps like extra spaces, decimal, date with or without the time. In order to make this whole thing reusable and easier to hand over to the next person, the last one is very important. It says, keep raw data raw. There are three things we do not want to do. The first thing is we do not want to change the data directly. And secondly, we do not want to add column in between our data. And third, we do not want to use any color coding. So today, our focus is on the C. I will go through certain examples of the careful. Yes. Visually, can you tell any differences between these two phrases? Excel Sifu. Yes or no? Let me know. Can you tell any differences between these two phrases? Yes or no? Yes or no? No, no, no. Same, right? Yeah, same. Because it has a space at the end. Sometimes, especially we are using mobile devices, when we are doing some data entry via that, so it will add a space at the end because of autocorrect. And some people, they have a habit to add the space at the end on whatever they type. So because of extra space, Excel will perceive them as two different set of data. So just be careful about that. Next is because of the formatting, the decimal doesn't show on the screen. You also want to be careful. And the third one is about the formatting as well on the date time. Even though it doesn't show the time, they are different fundamentally. For the date and time, it's very interesting creature by itself because it has different type. It could be day, month, year, Monday, year, Monday. Just curious, how many of you have seen different type of date like this one? Different sequence, day, month, year, Monday, year. Yes or no? Let me know. Have you seen this kind of different date format? Yes, yes, always, always. Hey. It's very, very troublesome. You just want to scream. Then how? Today we're going to learn how to handle this kind of date. Yeah. So let's recap. Today we're going to focus on the careful. Ching, ching, ching. Okay. After I shared this one for a couple of years, I realized just that those slides are not enough. So therefore, I published my first book called Rock Your Data. So it shows the root causes of many people struggle in Excel, and it uses generalized principles. What does that mean? It means it shows the end result, the expected end result. It doesn't show us how. Because in Excel, there are many, many ways to achieve same results differently. Because we could use a formula using macro VBA, we could use Power Query. Later on, we are going to use that. We are able to use Python and some other methods. And that's one specialized course called Rock Your Data with Power Query. And whatever thing you are learning today is extracted from this 2 days learning. And some of you say, Tai, I want to learn this one. Is a bit fragmented. Maybe you want to bring this course to your company. You can reach out to us. Or maybe your company, you only want to send a few person. We have upcoming public training. Later on, I will share a little bit more about that. And this book is available in MPH Popular Kinokuniya. If you go to Shopee, you are able to find this book as well. So this is a quick overview. So now we are going to the RSM. R, why we want to learn all this power query, and what is the secret to make the reporting easier? The first one is reusability. After I done that report, I could reuse the exact same file, exact same formula, exact same structure for the next reporting cycle. It could be a different month, different week, or different days. So reusability. Secondly, is scalability. Reusability is very often people use that. Scalability is a bit tricky when they are handling the data that has a different way of organizing it. So what does that mean? If let's say there are additional rows, usually it's still okay. Additional column, struggle a little bit. Additional file, that will be very headache. So we are going to learn how to use Power Query to handle all these things. Today's session will not be covering extra files, extra things. They'll be in future sessions. We have R, S, and the last one is M, maintainability. We want to make the things, whatever method we have used, is easy to adjust in the future. And if let's say I have additional column, if let's say using normal formula, I will need to switch the formula to refer to a different column. So that'll be a bit tedious. What if the method we are going to update is just a button? Click, refresh, and job done. Power Query allows us to go through all those things. When the times come, I will show you the scenario. So this RSM. Today will be small thing. I will show you how to use and how it will help you to appreciate what we are learning in order to make your reporting easier and faster. So this is RSM. Then finally, is we are going to apply the C in the ROC framework. Now I want to invite you to go to your folder. Yes, your folder. You have two files. One is called inaccurate text, and another one is an inaccurate date time. If you have seen these two files, please type number 1 in the chat. If I see these two files, type number 1. Very good, very good. Open the file inaccurate text. Open this file. Open it. Okay, let me adjust this one a little bit. Okay, open. If you have opened the file, please type number 2. Type number 2 if you have opened the file. Very good, very good. So now on the top here, over here, this shows what are the things we are going to enter. And the one at the bottom, it shows how Excel interpret it. So now on the top, I type ROCK, R-O-C-K, type R-O-C-K, enter. So that means on the top, for us, ROCK means one word. Towards computer, ROCK means 4 letters, or sometimes people say 4 characters. And it has, each of the alphabet is stored using the word ASCII code. ASCII code, it will be interpreted in this way. We do not need to memorize everything. We just need to aware. Okay, so ROCK. So now we go towards the end of the data entry. We add the space at the end and we type ROCK in lowercase. We type ROCK in lowercase and press enter. And you notice it has a different ASCII code. For us, uppercase, lowercase, the ROCK they carry the same meaning. And meanwhile, the ASCII code is the ASCII code capital R and lowercase r. Are their codes same or different? Let me know in the chat. Capital R and lowercase r, are they same or different? Yes, you're right. They are different. So different ASCII code. Yes, different ASCII code. You can see uppercase is 82, lowercase is 114. So that means by default, computer stores them as case sensitive. Case sensitive. So this is also the behavior of Power Query. In Excel, when we are doing comparison, like compare equal, this lowercase equals to uppercase, we will get the answer true. In Power Query, they are not. Just be cautious about this one. They are different. Sometimes when we are using the work in Excel, it looks okay. When we move the work to Power Query, somehow it doesn't work. One of the causes is case sensitive. Okay, if you're able to follow up to this one, please type number 3 in the chat. Type number 3 in the chat. Good, good, good. Okay. Okay, thank you, thank you. So now we move on to the next part. It's called trim clean. Go to this worksheet, trim clean. Here you can see the foxtrot. It has multiple lines. If you press F2, you will see multiple lines. If you want to see it clearly, you could just wrap text as multiple lines and multiple spaces. Let me turn off wrap text. This is what we could see on the screen. Okay. So now this one we can see until over here. I invite you to copy A2. Just copy A2. Go back to the worksheet, understanding. Yeah, go to here. And paste it directly. Paste it directly. When you paste it directly, you will notice Excel breaks the data into individual letters. So you can see on the top, it has a lot of 32, it has a lot of 32 at the end as well. 32 means space. 32 means space. And also what some of them you will notice has number 10. Number 10, they are not space. Normally, we can't see it clearly on the screen. Number 10 means line fit or carriage return. And usually, how we get those extra line in Excel, we hold down alternate, enter. So that allows us to have multiple lines. There are many ASCII code. You do not need to memorize them. These are the two things you want to aware. If I want to get rid of the extra spaces in the front and at the back, we use a function called trim. Trim, it removes all the spaces in the front, all the spaces at the end. And we are going to use another function called clean. Clean is to remove all the extra line so that the data becomes one continuous line. So just want to know how many of you have used these two functions in Excel before? If you do, please type number 1. If you do not, please type number 0. If you do, please type number 1. If you do not, type number 0. Only trim. Okay, good, thank you. Some of you have used it before, some of you have not. These two functions is a little bit useful when you're handling messy text data. Trim. So now we are going to learn this one together. Go back to the worksheet, trim clean. Yeah, go to the worksheet here. As the data and the result is within the same Excel file, we want to turn this whole thing into an Excel table. We do this together. Go to insert. Go to insert. And go towards third button from the left. It says table. When you use your mouse to point on the table icon, it shows the shortcut key inside bracket, which is Control T. Very good, Control T. Control T, and you will notice the whole thing is highlighted, and it says my table has headers. The OK button is a default button. As you see, it has a darker line outside of it. You could just press Enter for the OK button. Enter. If you are able to follow up to this one, please type number 4. You have inserted an Excel table, type number 4. Very good. After we have inserted an Excel table, immediately change the name. The name change is just to make sure you are inside the table. you go to table design and go to the go to the leftmost, type the name table, text clean trim, and then enter. No space in between them. Okay, how to under the table to normal text sometimes got restriction with the table format. I'm not quite sure how your data looks like manually, because it has a various way. For the text insert table, usually we do not want to have blanks. If a data has blank in between them, it will somehow breaks away. So that's why the ROCK, the R, we want to make sure our data has no blanks. If our data has blanks, this method is not suitable. We need to use another way. Okay, this method is workable when the data has no blanks. Okay. So now I've changed the table name. If I'm able to follow up to this one, type number 5. Yeah, change the name. Yes, that's right. Good. We're going to bring this table into Power Query. To do so, we go to data. And you go towards left side, yes, a small button called import from a table range. The table name is called table clean trim. Is available here on the instruction. Okay, this here. So now to bring this data into Power Query, we go to data. Here. Insert from a data from table or range. Click that button and you will be into you brings you to Power Query. Type number 6 if you are inside Power Query. Okay. So let me go to Power Query. Let's wait for a while for it to load. A different computer may take different timing to load Power Query. Some computer, it will load a little bit faster. Some of you may take a little bit longer. Okay, good. So now you are inside here. For those of you are using Power Query for the very first time in your life, I need to welcome you to the world of Power Query. I want you that you feel the power inside Power Query. So let's walk through a little bit. On the top is something called Home. Home is the common things people do in Power Query. For example, I want to refresh. I want to remove certain column, split the column. If everything's okay, close and load is to bring the data back. So now we do not want to close it because we have not done our work. Transform. These are the common transformation or data processing, data massaging we could use in Power Query. For example, transpose to make vertical data horizontal to make it vertical. So this is something we could do. And a column, it allows us to add our own conditional column that's equivalent to if in Excel. Our own formula. We want to invoke a custom function, it's something reusable function, or we can have Power Query to suggest a formula for us based on the sample data we provide. So this is very, very useful. And sometimes we want to add our own calculation. We want to add our interpretation. Everything will be here. View is a place I want to invite all of you to practice this together, especially you are using Power Query for the very, very first time. You want to make sure the formula bar is always turned on. Formula bar is always turned on. Sometimes it just can turn off. Secondly, you want to make sure there's a button or checkbox, depends on your version. You will see something called query setting. Let's click on query setting repeatedly. Yeah, repeatedly, you're noting something appears and disappears on the right side. Yep. So that means next time the query setting, you close it. To bring back is go to view and go to query setting. Yep. So this is a place to bring back. If you're able to follow up to this one, please type number 7. Then at the bottom here, it has 3 panes. The one on the left side, it shows what are the data we have imported and what are the things we could do it here. You could make it larger. You could make it smaller. And if you want, you could just collapse or to minimize it. To bring back, just click again. So this is a place for you to see what the data you have imported. And based on the queries you have selected, it will show all the steps in that query inside query setting. On the top is a query name. At the bottom here is what are the things we have performed. And based on the step we have selected, it will show how the data looks like in the middle. So now we are going to test it out certain things here. And then later on, I will show you certain things, just a quick jump start. In the text column, I want to make a clone of this data. I will just right click on the header. It has a button called, as the option says, duplicate columns. Click duplicate columns. It has duplicated the column. If you're able to get up to this one, type number 8. If you want to rename the header, just use your mouse to double click on the header, double click, and you can type the name, going to delete list this, enter. Purposely. I click a column, I say I'm going to delete this. Yeah. Okay. So whenever you have done that step, just observe on the right side, it also added a new step. So that means every single thing you have performed inside the Power Query, it will be somehow recorded or recognized as an apply step. Okay, so now we have this one. In Excel, normally when we make a mistakes, we will undo. Here, there's no way to undo. On the top right, top left, you don't see the undo and redo button. You only see a smiley face. You just smile, nothing happened. If you make a mistake here, how to undo is to remove the step. Just now, I have made a mistake. Just delete the rename column. When you delete, you will see the thing somehow reverse it. If I'm able to get up to this one, please type number 9. Number 9. Good. So if you have deleted a step that you want to keep, literally do it again. Okay, no shortcut, redo again. Whatever name you want to have, okay, just double click. Going to delete this, enter. Literally need to do it again. There's no way to redo. Yeah, this is how Power Query behave, and this is sometimes people get shocked when they are inside Power Query. Somehow doesn't know how it works. Okay, now just a quick start. So now I want to invite you to remove the steps, whatever on the right side, only keeping first 2 steps. Only keeping first 2 steps. If you're able to back to the first 2 steps, please type number 2. So we are going to start from the beginning. Yeah, remove the last 2 steps on the right side. Yes, there's the button. Very good. Yeah, it's over here. Apply steps. Yay. So now I want to remove the extra spaces in the front and at the back, and I also want to remove the extra line. So those kind of work in Excel is called data massaging, data processing, some called data cleaning, and data, any other wording you have seen before? Laundry? No. Okay, so these are the wording they have. So I want to clean up the data here, removing the extra spaces. Just go to the top, the header. And by the way, these are small tips. A lot of things you could do inside Power Query just by right-click at the header. A lot of things you can find there. Okay, now we go here. Right-click at the text data. go to the option says transform and choose trim. Transform trim. And you will notice there's a new step added. At the same time, the space in the front and at the back, they disappears. Type number 3 if I'm able to get that result. Yep, just right click at the header, transform, trim. Yeah, you can see the space in the front and the back is disappears. The data now it has multiple lines. I want to make it one continuous line. We go to the top here, right click, transform. Yes, some of you already got it. Clean. Clean is to remove the extra lines. So when the extra line is gone, it will make it one continuous line. Just type clean, and you will notice the data turns into one continuous line. If I'm able to get this result, type number 4 in the chat. At the same time, you'll notice it has a one step added at the right side. Very good, very good. So we have done this part, and I want to bring the result back to Excel. We go to home. Yep, we go to the top section, home. The leftmost button, close and load. When you use your mouse to point, it has two parts, one on the upper half and lower half. Since we want to quickly load the data back to Excel, we click on the upper half. If you were to click on the lower half, you'll notice it gives you two options. In the future, I will cover when to use close and load to. For this moment, don't have, we just go to the upper half. Just click it, and it will bring this whole thing back to Excel in a brand new worksheet. Let me close. If you're able to see the brand new worksheet with the data we have, just type yay in the chat. Yay! Celebrate. Yes, we need to celebrate. Very good, very good. Up to now, any questions? Up to now, any questions? Any question calling once? Any question calling twice? Any question and close? Okay, now my turn to ask question. Since I already given you all 3 chances, you're not asking, is it fair for me to ask you? Fair, right? Oh, so now I ask you. Okay, I go to my data here, clean trim. I go towards the end, I key in this wording, I type space, R, and press alternate enter, O, alternate enter, C, alternate enter, K, and space. When I press enter, I have new data added. Now, this is manually entered. Will I see the new data in this tab? Yes or no? If you have no idea, just guess. Just guess. Will I see the data? Yes or no? Just guess. Allows you to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. Okay. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, no, yes, no. Okay, yes. Very interesting. Let's see. I go back to my worksheet here. Hey, don't have. Yeah, no. Told you, no. Power query not stable one. See, it doesn't work. Oh, I need to refresh. Oh, yeah. Really? Teach me how to refresh. how to refresh? Have to refresh one. Oh, I've forgotten. How to refresh? Okay, I'll show you. There are 2 ways to refresh. The first way is you right click inside the green table. There's an option called refresh. If you are lazy, like me, you want to refresh everything at once, you go to data, refresh all. Okay, so there are 2 options here. One, you could just right click within the green table and refresh, or you can go to data, refresh all. Yeah, either way it works. The things data refresh all, it will refresh everything within the same file. If your file grabbing a lot of data, if you hit refresh all, it might take a while. If you just want to focusing on this particular table, just right click on it and refresh. And ta-da, job done. Yes, yes, yes. In short, let me summarize. If the data is updated, we need to refresh. Yes. See, Saturday morning here, a bit drama. Okay, so this just need to refresh and it works. So far, okay. Question, yes, what question? Yeah, it's not automated, meh? Yeah, because in normal Excel, when the data has changed, it will automatically pick up. If you have few hundred thousands and every changes, it will trigger the recalculation. Will your file getting faster and getting slower? Every one, few hundred thousand, it will be slower, lor. Even though you change one of them, it will be very, very slow. And because this one is you need to refresh, it doesn't automatically refresh when the data changes because of that kind of lagging. So it will be performed a little bit faster because it doesn't need to refresh every single time. So this is a little bit faster. When the data is updated, you just refresh. Yeah, so that is why it's not automation. Yeah, you can build a macro to refresh if you want to. Yep, that's a good question. Melody is a very good question. Some people say, Time, when I open my file, I'm very lazy to refresh one by one. I also very lazy to click refresh all. Can. If you are that kind of person, I don't know. Yeah, not lazy. Me. If you want to be much more efficient, not lazy. You want to be much more efficient. While this you click inside this particular green table, inside data, there's something called properties. Click properties, and there is a button here. Show the query properties, and this you can refresh data on opening file. Yeah, I can turn on this part. When you turn on this part, every time you open the file, it will auto refresh. This will be very, very useful when you need to refresh the data. You want to make sure the data is refreshed and you don't bother to refresh it. So this one way lah. Okay, good lah. Mallory, very good question. Yeah. No. I'm lazy lah. I'm lazy. You're efficient. Just me. Lazy. Okay. Let's see. Charlie say very good. If you have a space in between the word, it still take on the space in between word. That is a limitation of trim clean. Later on, I will show you how to fix it. Later on, very good question, Charlie. Very, very good. Yep. See, wow, I like all of you. Before I even cover that topic, you all already there. Very good. So now, is it okay for me to force you all to do project number 1 on your own? Is it okay? If not okay, also cannot okay lah. Okay, so now your turn. Go to project number 1. And you need to clean up the data. It has extra spaces in front, has extra spaces at the end, and in between has extra line. What you need to do is to make it one continuous line. Using a similar method just now, create a table, make it as rename the table, load it to Power Query, just trim and clean, and then bring the data back. If you give yourself a guesstimate, how many minutes do you need? How many minutes? Just type in the chat. Mm-hmm. 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. Any other guesses? 5 minutes. Okay. We have 5, 2, 5. Huh? Done now. So fast. Okay. Teacher, pretend I did not see that, Emily. Okay. So now all of you, you have 5 minutes to get it done. And for those of you have done, you can continue to project number 2. Okay. Number 1, you have 5 minutes. I'll put the timer on the screen. Once you have done, type the wording done, DONE, in the chat. Okay, let me put the timer. You have 5 minutes, starts from now. One more minute. Thirty seconds. 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And time. Okay, welcome back. Just now I switched between screen and the timer gone. Well done to all of you. Managed to get done less than a minute. Some of you, very good. Give yourself big hand. Yes, yes. Celebrate all the successes. Good job. So now let me demonstrate how to do this. And then later on, I will answer the question from Phoebe, and also there's another question for Melody. Okay, later on, I will answer that question. Should we trim clean or clean trim? Okay, let's do this. So I'm going to demonstrate using pure keyboard. When I demonstrate using pure keyboard is to let you know how you are able to make your work a little bit faster. So I will go about half of the normal speed where I normally use. So now I will just show it and I type it. While I type, I will just say out loud what I type on my keyboard. So first I want to create a table. Control T, Enter for the OK. Press alternate Alt key and let go. You will see table design has word JT. I just type one by one on the keyboard, JT. On the left side, the table name, it has A, so I type A. Then I change the name to table customer address, enter. And subsequently, I want to load this table into Power Query. I press alternate again, Alt again. Under the data, here's A. I press A, and the button next to the get data at the left side, it has called PT. So I just PT. So this is how I create table, rename it, and load the whole thing to Power Query. So this is, I'm using pure keyboard. If you are getting yourself familiarized, it is a little bit faster. Meanwhile, in Power Query here, if you want to use pure keyboard, it's not that easy. It's not easy. There will be a little bit faster in Power Query using mouse. So I'm using mouse to let you see the movement. Go to the address. I will just right click, transform, trim, right click, transform, clean. Okay, so now it's done. I could just bring this data back to Excel, close and load, and ta-da! So this is how you could do it. And at the very beginning, you may not be familiarized the step. After a few rounds, you will get yourself more and more comfortable. So this is how I would do it in project number 1. So this is done. So I want to address the question, should we do the trim and then clean? Should we trim and then clean? To explain that one, I go to the very first tab. It's called understanding. This tab is one of my secrets. Yes, really is one of my secrets. A lot of time during the training, especially for the non-technical person, you may not have idea how computer stores your data. So this one is a very good way for you to really see how computer breaks the data down by individual alphabet and how it stores behind it. Yeah, so this is how computer stores individual alphabet one by one. Yeah, so back to here. To answer the question, should we trim first or should we clean first? So I need to key in some data here. I just key in space, alpha, space, and then I press alternate enter and space, bravo, space, alpha, bravo. I want to have a comma here, comma. Then let me, okay. Let's do this again. Now, alpha, then comma, then I have a space, then I go to next line. I type bravo, comma, space, and press alternate enter and space, Charlie, enter. You look at data, let me close this part. You look at the data, it has multiple space in between them, especially this part. It has one number 10 in between them. Just observe this part. Observe this part. If I do the trim first, okay, if I do the trim first, this what will happen. Trim, in Power Query, it doesn't work in between the letter. It doesn't work in between the letter. Later on, I will show you another way. Now, we just need to know the actual usage in normal Excel. In normal Excel, let me put the context here, normal Excel. I'm not quite sure whether does it have any update. Previously, my testing here, it doesn't trim the space in between word. Here, if let's say it does trim, it has multiple space here. You can see multiple continuous space. It will leave one space behind. It will be one space behind. Whatever in between, it will just remove. And the second step, only then you do clean, you will remove the extra number 10. Okay, after this done, this block, how many 32 remains? Let me know in the chat. How many number 32 remains? Is it 1 or 2? Those without strike through, how many? This one is another one. Yep, it's 2. If I do trim and followed by clean, I will still get double spaces. Still, because yes, number 10, it breaks the continuity of the spaces. So let's reverse the process. Yeah, reverse the process. If I do the clean first, I do the clean for this particular data. You will remove number 10. So all 32, they are in one continuous stretch. Only then I trim. Because the 32 is one continuous stretch, it will leave one space behind. So in general, we want to do clean first and then followed by trim. Yeah. Usually manually. If in Excel, if this in Excel, the formula will be something like this. Will be just equal trim clean. Then maybe the data is at A1, like this one. Because the clean need to go first, it need to inside the bracket. Yeah, you can see. This is the one. And trim is this one. I hope this one gives you some ideas. Yeah, you can apply the same thing back to Excel. In Power Query, the behavior will be slightly different. Let's test it. I'm not sure. My last testing, the trim, it doesn't work between the data. So let's do a testing. Okay. So for any questions, so okay, can good lah. The good thing about this kind of question, you learn something differently. I believe Phoebe and Manoli, they handle such data regularly. So therefore, they have such question. If you're not handling such data, you will benefit from their questions. So that's a good for group learning. Good. So now we go to the next part. Okay, project number 2. Project number 2, we want to perform uppercase and clean and trim. Okay, you can see the data is multiple lines, multiple space, all these things. Yeah, so you want to perform all these things. Project number 2, how long do you need? Just based on what you have learned just now, how long do you need to create table, load it to Power Query, uppercase, clean, trim? How long? How many minutes? Make a guess. 5 minutes. So fast done. Okay. And for those of you who have done, you challenge yourself using pure keyboard. See how is that possible. Okay, 5 minutes. So I want to challenge you all to make it 4 minutes. Challenge a little bit. Okay, so you have 4 minutes and the time starts now. One more minute. Thirty seconds. 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And time. Okay, good. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, I like Madeline response. Feel like a mini Sifu with keyboard key. Yes. Yeah. uh, don't need to pretend as an expert lah. You already expert. Just go one more higher, one level higher. Okay, so now on the project number 2, let me demonstrate using a little bit of keyboard. This time I will go a little bit faster to let you know once you are comfortable with keyboard, how fast it could be. Okay, how fast it could be. Press Ctrl T, enter on JTA. Alternate JTA is table pangrams, alternate APT. Yeah, load it into Power Query. Yeah, it's possible. I just make some mistakes. Yeah. So if you use this regularly and you practice this one regularly, it will somehow becomes your muscle memory. Just like how you're driving or how you're riding, you're not actively thinking, but somehow your body is able to operate everything. Good. Okay, now so over here, I want to make it transform to uppercase, and I want to trim, and I want to clean. Okay, so it's one line, then close and load to bring the data back. Okay, done. So this is what we could do. And now we are going to the next worksheet, text data. Power Query, last time my test, I'm not quite sure whether it's updated because I'm using a beta, closed beta. Here, Power Query has one limitation based on my previous knowledge. Whenever it has multiple space in between words, the trim doesn't work. The trim doesn't work. So we are going to use this particular code or the formula later on to get rid of the extra spaces. So now I want to invite you, click the text box on the right side here. Control A to select all, copy. You could use a mouse right click to copy or press Control C to copy. After that, press Escape twice. Press Escape twice. Escape is on your keyboard upper left corner. Yeah, this is called Escape. Escape twice. Okay, good. So we are going to create an Excel table and call it table text data. I press Ctrl T, enter insert table. If you are able to if you are able to create this table, please type number 2. Okay, why is escape twice? If I'm here, I press escape once, it still highlight the text box. I press escape one more time, it's not highlighting the text box. So therefore, escape twice. Okay, if I click while I'm still highlighting the text inside, I press escape once, the text box still highlighted. Press escape one more time, it's no longer highlighting the text box. So that's the reason why. Okay, good. So back to the insert table. After we have insert a table, we go to the table design. Table design, we change the table name to table text data. Table text data. If you're able to get this, change the name, type number 3 in the chat. Type number 3 in the chat. My recommendation for the table name is always start with the word table. it has a reason behind. If you want to use formula to refer to a table, it's much more easier. Yeah, just like type equal TAB, it will give a list. Okay, good. So now we have this part. Load this into Power Query. Data. Get data from table range. Click once, and it brings the whole thing to Power Query Editor. If you are inside Power Query Editor, please type number 4. Let me do a test, see whether does it trim, clean, does it work? Clean and trim. It does work. Okay. So I just demonstrate. If I use trim, I clean and trim, I still notice there's multiple space in between them. Yeah, so the behavior is not fixed. So the trim, in summary, in trim, in Power Query context, it only remove the leading, so that means the front, and trailing, so that means the back spaces. It only remove the spaces in the front and in the back. Whatever extra spaces in between, it doesn't remove. So that is the trim inside Power Query, how it behaves. So we just now we have copied the text. We are going to update everything scallygoos. Sometimes you are doing some formatting, you could leverage on AI to help you to create some formulas, and it makes the thing easier for you. To update everything at once, including multiple steps, we do this together. We go to Home. The button next to refresh is button called Advanced Editor. Advanced Editor. Click on Advanced Editor. This is the code. It runs behind the scenes. Highlight everything. Delete. Remove everything. And paste whatever you have copied. If you copy correctly, it shouldn't have any error. If you are able to paste the whole thing and see no error, please type number 5. If you see some error, you need to press cancel all the way to go back to Excel and copy again. Yep. And at the end, just click OK. Click OK. Let's see. Oh, I know why. Split text. What happened? My mistake. Okay. Okay. See, my mistake. Error. My mistake. It shouldn't be here. Press cancel, escape. Discard. See, I made mistake as well. Yes, I made mistakes. Escape, cancel, discard. I realized this should be a formula. I made mistakes. My bad. Let's just redo again. We have created a table. We have renamed it. This one is supposed to be a formula, not inside the step. Go to data. Go to this button. From table range. Click on this one from table range. Okay. If you're back to here, please type number 2. If I'm back to Power Query, please type number 2. I should be using add column. Add column, custom column. On the text, I say clean text data, and paste whatever you have copied just now at the bottom. Let me zoom a little bit. Yeah, the name, paste whatever, and it has no error. It should be here. After that, click OK. And you will see there's a new column appears. If you are able to see this one, please type number 3. Type number 3. For the first column, we do not need to show it there because we only need the original column. We need the corrected data. We don't need the original data here. To remove the original data from here, right click and choose remove. Right click, remove, and you'll notice there's a new step added and only one column left behind. Type number 4 if you're able to get this one. Here you will notice the data type is ABC123. For now, we just keep it. Just keep it simple because I want to conserve the time for the remaining practice. So we are here. Then to bring this data back, we go to home, close and load. Home, close and load. And wait for a while, you load the whole thing back to Excel. If you are able to get this result, please type yay in the chat. Yeah, okay, that is a question. Is there a formula to tell Power Query to ignore the multiply when there's a no value in the cell in Excel? Multiple many value to get percent. I don't quite get you, Mandoli. A formula to tell. Short answer, yes. Long answer, I'm not quite sure what is the solution. Yeah, because I have no visibility on how the data looks like and the end result. Short answer, yes. Power query, yes. Even though I do not have idea now. Okay, so this one is what we have done. Okay, yeah, the answer, yes. So now I want to invite you to do project number 3 on your own. And the data is already here. You have, let's see, you have 3 minutes to get this thing done. Okay, project number 3, you have 3 minutes. And the step is already here. You can just copy as a new column. And the 3 minutes starts from now. Once you have done, type done in the chat. 30 seconds. Ten, nine, eight, seven, six, five, four, three, two, one, and time. Welcome back, and well done, well done. I want to give some special recognition to some of you. Where's my thing? Shah, Amina, Mac Wong, Saifu, um, Muhammad No, Fikri, okay, Ada, Lina, Charling, Nuran, and Shukri. Yes, well done, well done. I want to recognize you all for your commitment to focus up to now. Very good, and still continue to participate. So for project number 3, let me demonstrate how it could be done. I will just copy this whole thing. Escape. Here, Control T, enter. Alternate JTA, change the name to project 3. Enter the alternate APT, load this into Power Query Editor. Add column, custom column. I just paste whatever I copy and say this is clean text data. Yeah, okay, got it. Remove this column. Close, go to home, close and load, and bring the whole thing back to Excel. And ta-da! Yes. So this is how we could get it done. So project number 4 is for you to experiment on your own. So now I want to move on a little bit to the next one. English versus non-English. Last time I received a question, I feel bad as I can't provide a solution to them. It's a multinational company. Their HQ is in Japan. And sometimes their data has non-English wording. And what they really want is only the English wording only. So what does that mean? Example here, non-English and English. So here I have the color in different languages. Could you guess what is the color of this particular cell that described in the word? You know what is the color? Is it yellow, green, blue? What is that? Yeah, it's the red color. How do you know? The text red. uh, it's just a text line, just text. It's not color. It's not color. Uh, what's the word in front of it? What's the word in front of it? This one. Hong. It's called 刺. Red color. Yes, it's red. It's Chinese or Mandarin. How about this one? I can't remember what is this language. I just use Google and translate. Yeah, it's Thai. Oh, you really know the Thai word. Okay, good. How to say this word? I can't remember. Presume you are working in a multinational company and the data has a mixture of languages. And what your work is, you only need to know the English wording. And because some other wording, it could be their own internal remarks. If that's using Excel formula, it's really not easy, really not easy. And now I just want to extract only the English wording. English wording, we can have from small a to lowercase z, or capital A to capital Z. So this is what we want to have. If you look at the formula here, this is the formula we would use later on. We will use. Besides using this formula, we could ask Power Query to find the formula for us. Presume I have no idea how to do it. We could use this method. Let's do this together. Let's do this together. And I'm going to turn this into an Excel table. I press Ctrl T, enter, and change the table name. Please type number 1 once you have created or insert an Excel table and also change the name. Type number 1 once you have get these 2 things done. Mhm. Very good. Very good. The next thing is I want to load this whole thing into Power Query Editor. I go to data, get data, this one, from table range. Click from table range and it brings us to Power Query Editor. If you're inside Power Query Editor, please type number 2. Very good. Over here, I want to only extract part of the data and I have no idea what formula to use. Presume this is a situation now. We go to add column, then choose the leftmost button. It has a button called column from examples. Column from examples. Click on this one. Click on this one, and you will see something like this appears. If you get this thing, please type number 3 in the chat. Very good. Very good. So we are going to provide samples. Samples based on individual row, and Power Query will come up a formula. It will suggest a formula here. It will based on the suggested formula, and you will attempt to guess the remaining results. Usually the result will be in gray color. And you could double check if the result is same as what you expected. You could just click OK. If the result is not same as what you expected, you give more examples. You give more samples. Okay, let's do the first one together. We want to, this is the first one, is red color, red, RED, and just bear in mind, Power Query is case sensitive. You need to key in exactly case by case. It's capital R, so RED, and press enter. And you attempt to guess the subsequent ones based on the data you have. And you notice some of them correct, some of them are not. If you see similar result, please type number 4 in the chat. So you are on the first step, on the right part. Okay, Fikri asked a question, is it applicable to very large data set of data? The answer is yes and no. It depends on the pattern of the data. Yeah. Yeah. If your data is few 100,000, but it's similar pattern, same thing. Okay. So now you can see the green is not correct. So you type the wording green. Do provide more examples, particularly on those they are not getting the correct ones. Just type green, capital E and capital G, and the rest in lowercase, press enter. You will attempt to give you more examples, and you notice some of the examples are not accurate. So I want to give more example. This one should be orange. Enter. And this is yellow. Enter. This is indigo. Enter. Somehow the thing is not correct. Let's blue. What is happening? Okay. At the end, you notice it gives you nonsense. Because the data is very short, it doesn't give the things well. It does give the thing well. Yeah. If this thing happens, you can just press cancel. Just press cancel. So it's not working so well. So I want to use the formula here. Text select and all these things. So we're going to type the whole thing together. Type the whole thing together. We go to add column. Just now press cancel, press cancel. Now we go to add column, custom column. Here, I want to put the English only, EN only. Inside here, okay, Chicho, if you are in here, click column, please type number 5. So just now, it was not a successful example. We want to use another way. So we are going to ask Power Query only extract the data where it starts from A to Z for both uppercase and lowercase. Inside here, just type TEXTS. No space in between them. Uppercase, lowercase doesn't matter. When you type TEXTS, text.select is highlighted. Over here, I want to introduce a good habit to pick up, and you are able to use the same method inside Excel as well. So I can press Tab key. Okay, good. Then open bracket. Open bracket. It will ask you for the text. The text data is inside here, text data, double click, and you will see text data is automatically selected here. Continue, comma, because the data here has multiple alphabet, inside Power Query, it uses the curly bracket. Curly bracket is on your alphabet, on your keyboard, yeah. You will see there is IOP, that's a square bracket. You hold down Shift key, and together with the open square bracket. Shift, open square bracket, it will give you the curly bracket. Here, I want to start from capital A to capital Z. So double quote A and go towards the end, dot, close, another double quote Z. So this for the capital letter. And go towards the end. Some of you, if I see you can't follow later on, I will copy paste the formula in the chat. Comma, that's for capital letter. Now it's lowercase, double quote, small a, dot, double quote to small letter z or z. Towards the end, close curly bracket and close bracket. So let me paste to the chat. At the same time, I will zoom in a little bit, just in case you could see this. Once you have all these things, you will see there's no syntax error have been detected. If I'm able to get this one, type number 6. Yep. Yeah. Thank you, Melody. Sometime. Okay, so yeah, not quite sure. Let me explain. Let me explain. Just back to the very first step, understanding text data. How Excel or how computer stores the text data? Is it go by the word or go by individual letter? Which one? Is it go by the word or go by individual letter? Which one? Yeah, go by individual letter. Very good. So it goes by individual letter. So go by individual letter. So you are asking to select for individual letter one by one. So what we are looking for? We are looking for from capital A to small letter to capital Z. And some of you will be start questioning, hey, why I just don't put start from capital A to until small letter Z? Easy, right? How computer understand the data is not how we interpret the alphabet. Computer store the text data as what? Computer store the data, stores data as what? Yeah, as the ASCII code. there are small gap between capital letter and small letter. It has a small gap in between them. There are some symbols in between them. So therefore, from capital A to small letter Z, it will include some symbols as well. If that's what you are looking for, perfectly okay. If I just want to get only the letter, ignore all the symbols, I need to use this way. So since we are storing the ASCII code, you need to store from the ASCII code from A to Z here. And the next part is small letter A to Z, next part. Got the picture? Let's recap. Okay. We are asking computer or Power Query to select individual letter from this data where it only falls between these two ranges. Yeah, ASCII code. Bagus. Okay, after you have done, then click OK. Okay. Yeah, you're only seeing the English wording. Since we are only keeping the English wording, I do not need this column anymore. Right click, remove, only keeping single column. Actually, you don't need the coding though. If you need, you could ask AI to generate the code for you though. As long as you know the logic behind how computer stores the data, you are much more easier to ask AI to do for you. Very, very powerful. So therefore, the very first step is my secret. Usually I don't share it to one. Okay, like go back to home. So I want to, if you're able to get the result like this one, please type number 7. Type number 7 if you're able to get this result. Any shortcut to remove column? Okay, beside this one, you can just select this one and press delete key. Very good. Manually, if you want to extract the number 0 to 9, see, you start forming your own solution. If you want to get the number only, be 0 dot dot 9. Very good. Very good. I like it. I like your thinking. You must be a very, you are quite comfortable working with data. You pick up the pattern very, very fast. So now we are done. We want to bring this data back to Excel. We go to home, close and load. Close and load. Let's wait for a while for it to load. Yes. Yes. If you are able to get this result, celebrate by typing yay in the chat. Good job, good job, good job. Well done, well done. So now I want to challenge you a little bit in project number 5, something similar like just now, These are the proverbs. It has English proverbs, Mandarin proverbs, and also Japanese proverbs and Korean proverbs. Wow, what is this? So I only want the English text, and also because the proverb, it has spaces, you need to include the space, and the proverb has a full stop. You want to include the full stop as well. The sample of that formula is inside here. So now you have 3 minutes to complete this whole thing. It's a bit challenging for you. I believe I have good confidence you could do it. Project number 5, and you have 3 minutes, and the time starts now. 30 seconds. Twenty seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Okay, good. Yes, I'm very happy many of you managed to get done. Let me demonstrate how would I do it in Excel here. So I will just copy. I'm lazy. Just copy. I create table, Control T, enter, alternate JTA. This is table project number 5. Alternate APT, load it into Power Query, add columns from using formulas, and this is the, what's the thing? Proverbs. Okay, so I say this is clean data. Okay, enter. Later on, I can change the name, remove it, and maybe I can change the name here to Proverbs. Proverbs. Enter. And transform, trim. Yep, got it. Unity is strength. And does have extra line? It does have extra line, so don't need to clean. Good. Then go to home, close and load. Bring this step back to Excel. And ta-da! Okay, so this is how we could handle our text data using different ways. Now it's towards the end. I don't have enough time to cover about how to handle different date. Example, day, month, year, Monday, year. This one we will learn it to next session in 2 weeks time. So just to let you know, and then I may add on something extra just for us to practice. As you can see, usually for each of the session, I will already prepare just in case all of us can proceed a little bit further. Then I will add on more thing. Good. Let's see any question. Jerica asks question, is the wording input after text select indicate anything specific for the function? Yes, you are right. In Power Query, it has two things. Let me answer this one now. There's something called text select. Text select means to keep the things you want. What if there are certain things you don't want? That's called text remove. Yeah, so you can go to the other opposite. If you're not quite sure what is possible, you could ask AI. You could say, help me to create a formula in Power Query just to do such behavior. And sometimes you're also aware the trim, it doesn't remove the space in between the word. So it still keeps the space in between them. If you're not quite sure how to do it, you could ask AI to create a formula for you. In summary, what you know is about the data is stored as an individual letter, and each of the letter has a specific ASCII code. Based on the ASCII code, the text data will process them differently. Usually it's clean and trim. In Power Query, the trim is still keeps the spaces between words. Excel trim, it will remove the excessive space in between words. So this is a small behavior. Not necessarily the proverbs, the wording is on the header. This particular learning, we ignore the data types. Data type we have ignored. In the future, I will create some scenario that for you to aware different data type. If you want to learn, they are recording from previous sessions. You could go back and refer. Okay, I hope this gives you some ideas. Any other questions? Nope. Okay, good. So now I want to, okay, that's very good question, long question from Melody. Oh, if we don't remove the column in the Power Query editor, and we shortcut it in worksheet. And when we refresh, unwanted column will return. Yes. Yeah, you're right. If let's say the column, the data is not removed inside Power Query, whenever we refresh, it will return back again. So that means if I change anything here, next time I right click, refresh, in the Power Query, it will rerun all the steps again. Very good. Any other questions? Ting, 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 ting. No question? Good. So now I want to share a little bit about what are the training and that we provide. Because sometimes when we are talking about learning Excel, and sometimes people are talking about Excel by so-called the basic, intermediate, and advanced. This is a common wording people use, and different trainers or different training providers will give you a different interpretation. So I want to share you something differently. So when I share this one, the intention is for us to aware after each training, what the bosses or the management wants to see is a result. What does that mean? So here, the training, sometimes people say called the basic, intermediate, advanced, and sometimes after advanced, they have the wording called super advanced. It's very interesting wording for the training title. So I have something called level 1, level 2, level 3. So this is ITOR certified. So that means after the training, they will go through a small test. After they have scored at least 70% and above from the exam, they are able to get the certificate from ITOR. ITOR is from UK. And level 1 is for the person to be efficient on the normal daily Excel works like data entry, creating some formulas. That's a common one. And level 2 is how we are able to make the things structured, easier for monitoring and control. And the third one is for analysis and reporting. So you can see the first one, the person must be comfortable working with Excel, and then to keep the data organized. Only then is easy to do reporting. And sometimes I receive a question from company, usually the HR, they are stuck in between. The business people want to see result. Usually bosses, they don't care what's happened in between. Bosses, you want to see report. But without the good data, the report is not easy to come out. Sometimes the HR also not quite sure. My boss only want to see report. The data don't care. But the data is very messy. Even though they learn this one, they go back, right? They cannot pakai whatever they have learned. Really not easy. So how? So these are 3 levels. The first level is there are 5 competencies. They are a bit small in between them. And for intermediate, so for level 2 will be a bit larger, and level 3 even larger. So in terms of difficulties, there will be essential. The level 1 will be a bit essential, a bit easier. Level 2, a little bit tricky, and level 3 is much more challenging. So this is overview. If you want to know more about how the training works and how the things, you can talk to Wendy. So later I will share this one in the chat, yeah. And plus, beside the normal Excel training, so sometimes we have no idea where our colleagues, their competency in using Excel. So we have something assessment. From the assessment, they will know where they stand, whether they are essential or whether they are somewhere they are comfortable with handling data. So this, from that, they'll be doing the grouping, level 1, level 2, level 3. After this, they were much more comfortable. They will go for Power Query. Like all of you learning is one small part inside this course, run out data with Power Query. Then move on, and with the Power Pivot, that means in a short form, we could create a formula inside pivot table where whenever we refreshes, the whole formula will get calculated again. Don't need to review one by one. Then only then they can do some other automation like macro, VBA, all these things using AI, really helpful. Then after that, if they want to learn about Power BI, there's one special course for Power BI. And we have a book called Excel for HR. There's also a course for that. Yep, there's one more. Sometimes people say, hey, I want to learn the data works with AI and Excel. Is there any such thing? Yeah, there's also such learning. So this is overall learning we have. And we have the upcoming public training. All these courses ITOS certified courses. The upcoming in-person public classes. The venue is in a hotel in KL, Cheras KL. This is this month, 17 to 18. It's about Power BI. Yeah, practical data analysis. The end result is the person knows what is a structured thinking process to come out the report in Power BI. Not only how to use Power BI, but you want to produce the report is beneficial to the bosses. So it's 2 days learning. And the next one is Rock of Data with Power Query. What we are learning here is a really small, slow, and steady. It will take a bit longer time to go through. If you want to have much more focused learning, so this is towards the end of the year, 16 and 17 November, Monday to Tuesday. It's 2 full days learning. Yeah, so all this training is HRDF claimable, and some organization, they want to have their own pocket money. That is perfectly okay. So I will share this in the group chat as well. Any question, you could reach out to Wendy. Okay, let's see the question. Let's see, I have a question. So the clean table, yes, you can use Power Query to clean the data. Still tie back to Power Query, back to Excel. Excel is, yes, you could use the result from Power Query. You can add on formula. So let me answer the question from Charlie here. Example, this is the data I have from Power Query. I want to do some, maybe I know how to use formula. I want to know the length, the number of characters. So the formula here will be equal len tab key and choose the data from Power Query, enter. So the data is already there. So if let's say I remove some of them, presume my data is updated, I just need to right click here and refresh. The formula will pick up as well. Yep. Yes, you are right. You can do this. I hope this one gives you some idea. Any other questions? Yeah, about the no. Oh, what? No. I mean, as Excel spreadsheet. Let me understand your question. Oh, if you screw up certain thing, yeah, if you screw up certain thing, yep, you can lock and hide the formula. Yes, like what Madeline has mentioned. Yeah, same thing lah. If I mess up this whole thing, example, I mess up this whole thing, my result also mess up lah. Refresh, and mess up lah. Same thing lah. So this is called garbage in, garbage out law. Yeah, this is the things we want to aware when we are making some mistakes here, like this one, no? Unavoidable. Okay, hopefully I address your question. Okay, so now we are towards the end. There are 2 more things I need you to, well, the Excel be tied back to the formula. I don't understand your question. The formula inside here, or formula inside Excel, or formula inside Power Query? Which one? Use microphone. Yeah, okay. let me turn on. Let me turn on. Yes. Yes, you all could unmute yourself now.
Okay, hi Sifu. My
Yes.
question is, I'm a basic user, right? So usually we get spreadsheet from either finance or HR department. So we get an Excel, we put in something, and then somehow the whole data or the spreadsheet will actually be screwed up in a way. So I'm not sure whether it's actually add column, add row. They are not supposed to do that, or they lock in certain things that we cannot add on or can add on. That kind of screw up. That's what I mean. As in, like, after I generate the table from this Excel from this Power Query, it can be used as a clean data per se, and it's not tied back, or there's no extra formulas in any certain way. Is that correct?
Oh, okay.
That's what I meant.
Okay, can. In normal way, people copy paste as values. Okay, presume you have done this part. You want to send this file to another person. You do not want to have that person to screw up this whole thing. Can. You can see there's a queries here. This queries is associated to this result. Of course, you need to keep the original one. Before you send the copy you want to send out, you could just remove it here. Right click, delete. The result stays. And the way how it refresh is gone. It's somehow to break the link. In normal Excel, it's just called copy paste as values.
Okay, thank you.
I hope this will address your question. Charlie, want to say something? I just actually see you have unmute yourself. Okay, no. Yes, good. So now there are two things before we end the whole thing. First, I would like to invite you to type in the chat. What's the one thing you like the most about the learning today? Type in the chat. What's the one thing you like the most? Okay, let me read some of your feedbacks. Interactive and learn new things. Get to do difficult tasks. Clean, trim. The best thing is I understand. Ha 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 ha. Very insightful, and Power Query is not as daunting as I thought. Excel can be easy and not complicated. Clean and trim data. Text select A to Z. Easy to understand. Power Query is not that hard. Sifu explained the reasons behind why we need to perform the steps instead of blindly follow. Positive learning environment and easy to follow. The way you interact. Short key is must. Yeah. Okay. Clean, trim, clean. Interactive with sample data and followed a long tutorial. Clean trim using Power Query. Normally is using formula. Sifu terbaik. Thank you. And also keyboard shortcut. Finally, yes, good. I'm very happy to over 40 of you still stay until the very last minute. I want you to have a small things, turn on your camera to capture the memory that we have created today. Now, I invite you to turn on your camera. If you can't turn on your camera, you could just show your reaction. If you can't turn on in your reaction, you could just show your reaction. That's when it's about to turn on, about to take photo. I will invite you to show reaction. So take a hello, Cassandra. Today you're a bit quiet. Okay, so far. Okay, good. Hey, so on my screen, I only have one screen. Okay, for those of you that turn on camera, look at your camera lens. And for those of you are not turn on camera, keep on spamming your reaction. Okay. Okay. Now we have more screen. Okay. Spamming, not typing. Spamming, nothing. Okay. Okay. Like, look at your screen and smile. Hey, where's my screen? Okay. Chup, where is my thing? And the thing is keep on going back to my Excel. Yes, again. Okay. Again. Okay. Keep on spamming your reaction and smile. Hey, somehow the thing just doesn't work out. What happened? Okay, let's see. Okay, again. My screen is somehow not working so well. What happened today? What happened? Somehow cannot take screenshot. How come? Why my screenshot cannot work? Why my screenshot? Oh, okay. The thing not working. Oh, because I cannot take screenshot. Okay, never mind. Later I find a way to take screenshot. Thank you very much for your contribution. And yes, yeah, some of you straight away take the screenshot photo. I don't have my phone around me. With that, thank you very much for your contribution, and I see you in the next session. With that, whenever the recording is ready, I will share the recording in the link. Take care, everyone, and enjoy your weekend. And bye bye.